Welcome back. Time for some Monday memories. You guys got any? Do you want me to start?
You start.
Okay. I was just looking through Facebook last night, and an old family friend had posted some photos of my grandma, my grandpa, my great grandma that I'd never seen before in my life. So I was just walking down memory lane last night, just going, wow, I've never seen these photos before. So it just made me nostalgic, you know?
Oh, that
like
is
of seeing
so
things you'd never
cool.
seen before, and you know, like from the time we lived in Dodge City.
Well, can you elaborate on that?
It made me feel sad and nostalgic and days of yore, and like, when do you know that you're in the good old days before you've left them? I was feeling very just like.
How old are you?
Oh, I don't even know if I was born in some of these photos.
Oh.
Some of the photos I was not even born, but it was like looking back on photos I'd never seen before of family members. I'm like, oh wow, what was their life like? What were they doing? Like, were they having a good time? Were they stressed about money? You know, it just made me think about their life and, you know, just stuff. You know.
Do you guys keep photo albums of your parents? Because my mom has. I mean, we had a whole big shelf when we redid the house. They went down to the basement, but I just don't know, sometimes I'd go in there, grab one, just start looking through when you were a kid.
It's nice, isn't it? We were talking about that kind of thing, like something tangible, like a photo album that you can look through, just like records are coming back, like in the days of yore when you used to buy a record and you'd actually sit there and listen to the whole thing and read who wrote this and the whole thing. You know, it's nice to see those things.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I like that.
And I feel like, for me, maybe one, you know, speaking of just, you know, past, I feel like birthday parties, we would always have big family birthday parties and just having the entire family together. I think that's been, I mean, I probably moving away from home, because you miss out on certain events like that. You don't get to, you know, be a part of the family events as much as you were when you were younger. But yeah, I mean, just love seeing the family and playing with your cousins and running around in the backyard, just having a good time.
The best times. Family is so great. My brothers were in from Tulsa this weekend, had a great time with them. But speaking of photos that somebody sent, I had a friend that made all of our costumes when I worked in Branson, the first show I worked down there.
Oh, wow.
And we were so spoiled. Oh my gosh, we had the best, and she and I became the best friends. We just were one street away. And she sent me 3 pictures I'd never seen. Now, these are not pictures I can share on Facebook or share with y'all. I'm like, I've never seen that. But I was being crazy, you know. It was fun. It's fun to take a trip down memory lane.
Just reminisce and just enjoy it. Yeah, look back. And
I was feeling all sentimental and sappy last night.
That's how I feel. The fall makes me feel that way. Do you ever feel that way in the fall? I don't know why.
Do you get that vibe?
Yeah, I do in the fall.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah, it caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting. All of a sudden, it was all these photos, and I was like, where did these even come from?
Yeah.
Like, what were they doing? And you know.
Do you have some photo albums at your house?
I have my grandmother's.
Yeah.
I have my grandmother's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say we should bring some photos in sometimes of just things. Do you have like Branson, like photos from working in Branson? Do you have any of those?
I can't show those on TV.
Oh. That is so funny.
No, I'm trying to think of other albums. I have my mom and dad brought me boxes full of stuff from their attic last time, so I had to go through them because I know there's tons of photos, like the old time, like actual hard copies.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just on a digital thing.
Yeah.
So.
You know, like you mentioned earlier about like when you see those pictures, were you in the moment? Did you realize that was a good time? I remember certain times in my life, like when I was working in Branson with a group of people, that it was like. We had a softball team.
Oh, that's so fun.
And I remember thinking, I was the pitcher. It was a co-ed team, and I remember thinking, these are some really good times in my life. You know, I'm always going to remember these times. I think it's important to be in the moment. I think you've been in the moment a lot because you remember a lot of things. I think I've been fly by the seat, not always in the moment.
Which reminds me, we've not played timepieces in a long time, and I love that game. That's my favorite.
You're very good at that.
I like that because I do associate things that happen in my life with things that have happened in the world, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of then put a date to it. Which is, So I don't even know when these photos were taken. Like, I have no idea what years they were. I don't know. I just, it was the time my grandma and grandpa were preaching in Dodge City, and it was their church, and it was like the socials, and it was like,
that's awesome.
Even my aunts, my grandparents' daughters were posting, we've never seen these photos before.
Wow.
Who had them?
It was, I don't know how I think it was a church member's daughter had found them and then posted them and was tagging our family in it.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
Oh, that's so
I grabbed
awesome.
one the other day. It was an album from when I graduated college, and because this year my graduation, so I'm like, oh, and I looked through and I'm like, I can't believe it's been 7 years. It's been a decade since I've been out of school. It's crazy.
And you're still very young, TJ.
TJ, that span gets bigger and bigger every year, just so you know.
Thank you so much.
It gets a little bit.
It goes faster, TJ.
Each and every year.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy your moments.
I wanted to toss my cap up in the air again.
Oh.
You can never go back to TJ.
Yes,
I'm getting a master's degree. I'm going back to school right now.
you can do that. Oh, well, that was fun. Trip down memory lane.
Love our
memories.
memories.
I know.
Mm.
Okay,
I
guys.
should have taken a photo of me drinking my wine, crying last night, but
Oh, that would have been a memory. That would have been a memory from yesterday.
I'll remember that memory.
Don't worry, that might happen again tomorrow. It's okay.
It might happen again tonight. I don't know.
Hey,
I might
guys,
still do it.
we're going to try to unscramble some words when we come back.
Oh gosh,
We'll see
am
how
I
we
gonna get a
do.
headache after the
I need
riddles
some
and
tissue.
scrambling words?
I need a tissue.
Oh no.
We'll be back.